This clip by Corey Holcomb that, quite frankly, um, is disturbing as shit. Um, I thought I was gonna do this in a premiere, but I decided to. I figured I could do it as a quick live stream, cause y'all, the shit that Corey's said here is some wild. It's wild. Um, Shout out to Central Faith for this. Let's get it.
Corey Epstein.
Iceland. Hey, you don't have to be no 18. I think it was 13, maybe 14.
Yeah.
That's a grown. The vagina been on this planet 14 years.
Nigga, what? Let's see if we can get through this.
I've said this before on the show also. Do you know if a woman 16 years old gives you a baby, that is going to be 16, 17, 18,
Nah, nigga, you weird. You weird as fuck for saying this shit.
19? That is going to be one of the healthiest babies possible.
Well,
At that age, they've been on the planet long enough. They're in their prime developmental wise to create a life. You're taught in America something different.
Those eggs are buoyant. You could dribble them eggs.
And Craig, you ain't helping Craig. You, in my opinion, Corey needs to shut the fuck up, and Craig needs to shut the fuck up. Both of y'all pussy gray motherfuckers, just shut the fuck up.
They got bounce back.
normally being on YouTube, yeah, we talk about a lot of different issues from dating, relationships, to politics, to all sorts of things. But every now and again, I come across a video that disturbs me to my core. And it often involves creep weirdos like Corey Holcomb and their weird obsession with children. For the life of me, I can't seem to understand, and you know what, it's not for me to understand, but I can't seem to understand why it is that grown people feel the need to sexualize children. Every single time I see these clips, I just get angrier and angrier and angrier. Being
As
a
you
mother
should,
myself,
Sandra.
watching my children like hawks to make sure nothing like this ever happens to them, to make sure that no creeps like Corey Holcomb are ever around my babies. It's one of those things that as a parent, it's literally your worst nightmare. To have somebody like a Corey Holcomb anywhere near and around your kids, let alone them being left alone with them. Viewer discretion is advised. These clips are absolutely disturbing. Honestly, I don't understand how he's even had a career after saying these things for the first time. I'm gonna be honest, anyone who tells me that they are a die-hard Corey Holcomb fan, yeah, I watch all his stuff. Yeah, I'm a big supporter. I'm wearing the t-shirts. I'm looking at you, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Anyone who says they've been rocking with this ninja, they know all his jokes, and they're somehow still rocking with him after hearing things like this come out this nasty man's mouth, understand I'm side-eyeing you. If you're not side-eyeing them yet, if you have any shred of humanity, any inclination to protect children from predator creeps like this, you too will be side-eyeing every single one of them. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. You can support uncensored conversations via Cash App or buying your girl a coffee. Even in that clip we just watched, there's so much. One, even if you are a U.S. citizen in another country, understand you are subject to those laws. It doesn't matter if the age of consent is 13. Doesn't matter if the age of consent is 8. You are an American citizen and you still have to follow our laws while you are there. When you are over in another country, you have to not only follow their laws, but you also have to follow ours. Even if we were to just take the legality out of it, because folks like this, they will argue, well, if it's legal, then it's legal. If it's illegal, it's illegal. Okay, well, slavery was legal once. And we know Corey Holcomb likes to pretend to be some kind of pro-black, you know, the way he was going after Anton Daniels. Slavery was legal once. Does that make it right? Hell no. Of course it doesn't make it right. But weirdos like this, they love to play with that because it gives them some type of justification for the nonsense that's about to come out their mouth. You, at your big age of what, 50, 60 years old, talking about 14, 15, 16-year-olds are in their prime. They're ready to give babies. First of all, you don't even like to take care of the babies you do have. The way you talk about them. And see, this is the part that really irritates me because this man gets on here and he talks about relationships. I've seen his clips, you know, they go viral every now and again. He talks about relationships and how women need to get their shit together and all sorts of stuff. But nigga, look at the things that are coming out of your mouth. The nasty filth coming out of your mouth about children. You want to put all the blame of everything that's bad in the black community on black women, but you're the very black man that black women should be protecting their children against. You're the very black man that women should be avoiding. So how dare you fix your mouth to point the finger at anybody when you're that nigga? You're the very problem with the black community. Literally, every single problem that we have, this nigga embodies. Why is it that we prop up people like this? We prop up people like this in the black community, and then we wonder why we can't get anywhere. It's because our culture is so enveloped in degeneracy that there is no way for anything proper to spark life, to grow, because we uplift degenerate motherfuckers like this. We give them platforms. We support their show. You can't get on here and talk all that pro-black stuff when you say nasty, disgusting things like this about children. Even children in your own family, as we will see in future clips. As much as Corey was getting on Anton, talking about, don't say I suck dick, don't say I suck dick, I don't mess with that sex play. But for some reason, he's comfortable with sex play when it involves children.
Countries, I'm just saying, in America, most people only know what they know in America, but I've been to other countries, and in Iceland, I think the legal age to get with a girl is 13 years old.
Oh my God.
Right,
Nigga, you weird.
But in Iceland, I'll tell you, it's not a criminal.
Trigger warning, trigger warning.
In Iceland, I went to Iceland, and you just can't offer them money and gifts. And I thought that was so unfair that you couldn't give them nothing after you was done with them.
This dude crazy. I'm not going to Iceland. So I assume you've been to Iceland and you took advantage of the laws. Is that what you're saying?
I had a great time in Iceland.
Wait, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there.
I'm side-eyeing everybody on that platform. Y'all are literally joking about this grown-ass old man going over to a country to violate little girls. What exactly is funny?
Yeah,
about
y'all
that?
motherfuckers
Honestly,
are
please,
weird.
Please, I love dark humor. Don't get me wrong. I love a good crass joke. Please, somebody explain to me what's funny about a 50-year-old man violating a little girl. Because that's what that is. You're talking about 14, 15, 16 with a 50-year-old man. What exactly is funny about that? Would it be funny if it was your daughter? And look, when they do come after Corey for all this, because understand, TMZ was already on him for putting hands on that woman. They are going to jump on the opportunity to put this on blast. So when they come after him, what I don't want to hear are these so-called pro-blacks out here defending him, talking about, they didn't lock up Harvey Weinstein. Well, they didn't do this to this person. Well, they didn't do that. They just going after him because he's black. No, they're going after him because he's a fucking creep. They're going after him based on his own words. Do not get out here with your pseudo pro-black self defending this ninja because, well, they didn't get the white people. Let's celebrate the fact that that creep is about the paint. You can leave your race relations for a completely different issue. The moment you try to protect a PDF file just because they're not going after the white ones, you are aligning black culture, black pride with PDF files and protecting them. Charge that nigga to the game. Let the system do whatever it is they're gonna do. And see, people like this, they like to play with people's psyche and tell them, yeah, you know, the system is against me. The system is against me. But then they go out and they say things like this. They engage in behaviors like this. And so when the system comes and snatches their ass up, then they want to see, yeah, see, I told you. I told you they was against the black man. No, they're against the PDF file. That's what they're against. People like this, they love to do this. And it was the same thing with Andrew Tate, with all those sneaky, nasty he was doing. Oh, it's the Matrix. It's the Matrix. It's the Matrix. When we have records out his own mouth, similar to Corey, saying very disgusting things about underage girls. Do not get on your little soapbox, your blackity black soapbox, talking about, well, they're not going after the white one, so they need to leave him alone. No, the hell they don't. Get them all about the pain. Get all these weirdos about the pain. If it comes to light
Damn
that
right.
these
Get 'em
are
out
not
of the
just,
pain.
and I say this in quotes, jokes. If it comes to light that these aren't just jokes and victims start coming forward, do not defend this ninja. For the love of everything that is sacred, do not defend this ninja. Let him fall on the sword the way he's meant to, because he did this to himself.
Right.
First of all, you shouldn't be engaging in behaviors like that if he was. Second of all, these are not jokes. Jokes are supposed to be funny. Someone tell me what's so funny about all this. Folks really love to get out here and defend folks all for the sake of being pro-black. Being pro-black does not mean you need to go out and defend every single body. So when the white media stations start taking him through there, I do not want to hear any of these pseudo pro-blacks get on here and talk about, well, they're not going after. Let them do what they do. It is not the Matrix against him. People like this love to throw that term around, the Matrix. They love to throw that term around as a shield for their nonsense. Let him deal with the consequences of his actions, the consequences of what he said out his own damn mouth. Do not come trying to save this ninja from himself.
This past weekend, I saw this little girl. She had a Welch's grape juice bottle in her mouth.
Trigger warning.
And she was about 5. She had the whole
Trigger warning.
bottle as far as it'll go, just sucking on it, walking with her mama. Somebody said, get that out her mouth. When they took it out her mouth, that baby said, you know when she stopped crying? When a man picked her up and put her in her lap and started bouncing with it. Then she stopped crying and was looking like this. I said, that's a
Really, nigga?
That's a little growing right there. And everybody will say, Corey, what are you talking about? Corey, you crazy. Get the out of here. This little girl was in her bliss with her mouth wide open. She was just, they had the cap on it and everything. They took it out of her mouth. Then a man picked her up and started shaking her on his knee. And she was like, I said, that's a little, it's just Corey Holcomb crazy. I almost want to go back and ask about that little girl and do a documentary on her life. So one day I can show I know what I'm talking about. But in this society, I'm a bad guy.
This is exactly what I was telling you about. See, in this society, I'm a bad guy. Well, duh. Of course we were going to see you as a bad guy. Who thinks like that? Who thinks like that outside of PDF files? This is literally textbook. Regular grown people do not see a child doing what children do and think actual thoughts about it. No grown individual who is healthy in the mind is going to see a child with a Welch's juice and then their mind go to giving, no grown person with a healthy mind is thinking that. Not only that, look, children, when they cry, there are several ways that you can go about soothing them. And bouncing them on the lap, that is one way to soothe a child that is crying for whatever reason. To see that and have your mind go to something so disgusting. It's just, what else are we supposed to take from this? Again, how is this funny? Within a lot of different black families, they all have a similar story about that creepy uncle, that one family member. For some reason, everybody protects. Nobody wants to call it out or call the police. They let the little creepy uncle come around and then they side-eye and watching him around the kids, trying to make sure they dance around it, tap dance around it, all while he's trying to get the kids on his lap.
I just have to say that this is why we have to be protective of our kids. Because you cannot just judge a book by its cover. Now, Corey Holcomb has said some wild things in the past, so it's not that far off from Corey. But just the simple fact that you hear this, a grown man thinking like this, never say somebody's being overly protective, trying to get some understanding before putting their kid a part of something. Because they are real life weirdos out here.
They are.
People have to be concerned with giving their kid a bottle in public because there's a guy trying to create a joke on the side.
Weird and sick.
Hard listen, but hard reality that there's weirdos out there.
As much as that has traumatized the Black community, I don't understand why there were so many people after hearing this segment continuing to support this ninja. We know how much trauma is riddled within the community, and this man is an embodiment of all of it. He is the embodiment of everything that is bad within the Black community, but for some reason folks are still out here supporting this ninja. I want people to understand how sick and twisted this so-called joke is. Calling a little baby, a 5-year-old, talking about she's gonna be a what? Why are you thinking about this child's future sexual activity? That's weird. So my question is, Corey, why was that on your mind? Why is that what came to your mind when you saw that? And not just a child being sued, or just not a thought at all. Not only would that thought come to your mind, but you're so bold and excited to tell everybody else about it. That's effing weird. The people around him are just as effing weird. Darlene, Craig, the filming crew, all y'all heard this and decided to stick around? Why are you associating with somebody who jokes about a 5-year-old like this? Silence is acceptance. And it sounds like you guys are accepting of something very disgusting that involves children.
That ain't nothing no little girl do unless she has the urge to do things like that. She has the urge to be satisfied. But ain't nobody gonna think the Corey bad. Corey bad. Everybody, Corey, did you hear what Corey said? The little girl took the bottle out of her mouth and he said she gonna be a... Yes! And if it was more men in the house, the little daughters wouldn't be walking around with things preparing their jaw for hustle. Her jaw is being prepared for hustle. And this was a little girl.
Her teeth aren't.
Baby Googler. I like that.
Weirdo creeps like...
And D, you ain't worth a damn. You ain't worth a damn for saying that, D.
They love to tie their weirdo behavior to some type of bigger cause. Oh, well, if there were more men in the house, you mean men like you who sexualize children? Men like you who make comments like that about 5-year-olds? Men like you? We have more men like you in the house? Absolutely not. Men like you are the very reason we have that problem in the first goddamn place. They always love to tie their foolishness to some type of righteous cause. This is the brainwashing that happens. So you'll have people that are listening to this, and deep down inside, they know something's off about this. They know something's wrong about what this ninja is saying. But then he says something about an issue that they actually do care about. Not having fathers in the home, which is a problem. And I'm not talking about fathers like Corey Holcomb. I'm talking about real fathers. Fathers who take care of and protect their children, who protect children around them in general. They don't think nasty things about babies or consider going to other countries because the legal age is 13, 14. No, fathers who actually protect the women and children in their lives. So he wants to tie his foolishness to, well, there needs to be more fathers in the house. Or if the baby, what do you do with the baby? That is nothing more than a shield, because he knew what he said was fucked up. So he had to hide behind something that's righteous. This is something that they all do. All these virtue signalers, all these creeps, all these weirdos, all these people with insidious intentions. They love to hide their BS behind something that sounds righteous. That's what you got to be on the lookout. Do not let these folks play with your emotions, because that's all it is. They playing with your emotions, getting you to co-sign some that you know is wrong under the guise of something that is right. Do not let these people play with your minds like this. What he said, it really does tie into the very justifications that PDF files give towards why they went after their victims. Oh, well, she's being satisfied. Basically saying that a child wants that. Putting that on a child. Grown people putting that type of desire onto a child. Need I remind you, he's talking about a 5-year-old. As a mom, listening to these clips, it's rocking me to the core, because it's like, I have a daughter, I have a son. My entire world is about protecting them. But hear a grown adult talking so disgusting and degenerately about children, it's disturbing. Honestly, I am struggling to even find the words to really outline how disgusted and disturbed I am. And to everybody that was picking sides and all this other stuff with this whole Anton Daniels, Corey Holcomb. I'm sorry, I will choose a raccoon over a PDF file or a PDF file sympathizer or whatever the hell Corey would fall into the category of, because we got to say allegedly, even though these are things coming out of his own damn mouth. I'll take a raccoon over whatever the hell Corey Holcomb is any goddamn day, because at least a raccoon isn't gonna make disgusting, crass jokes like this about my 2-year-old daughter, 5-year-old daughter, however-year-old daughter.
I was living with this lady, and her daughters crawled in the bed, and I ain't have on Yeah. I was up under the cover. Wow. And I was like, oh, and one of her daughters was like, her daughter was, she was in high school. I think she was 15. Still not legal. You just can't tell your true thoughts. Her daughter was gonna be thick like a mama.
What the hell? Nigga. Again, trigger warning.
No, that much. Yeah. I knew her daughter was a bust down. She got pregnant like a year after I moved out. She was 16. I knew she was gonna get pregnant, goddamn, because she used to do shit. She used to do shit to let me know, damn, this is trying to get me in trouble. Her name was Tiffany.
See, this is exactly what I was talking about. We talk about all these problems that we have in the black community. The little girls
You
get
weird
violated at a young
motherfucker.
age, and they grow up and they have all these issues. We have such a disgusting relationship with children when it comes to the black community. They're not protected, which is sad. The fact that you have this old ass man getting on here and joking about exactly that is disgusting. This is textbook PDF file talking points. She wanted it. She was giving me the sign. She was letting me know she was ready to do this and she was ready to do that. That is exactly what every PDF says about their victim. And now, obviously, I can't say that this man is a PDF or what, but whatever he's saying out his mouth, it sounds like PDF talking points. Children
Suspect
cannot
behavior.
consent to being with a grown adult, especially not a 50-year-old, especially not somebody that's old enough to be their grandparents. The broad he's messing with, she's effing disgusting. She's another part of the problem. If this story is real, she is another part of the problem, because why the hell are you allowing your children to be around this man and he's naked? Why are you even putting your child in that position? There's so much dysfunction in the black community, and y'all mofos think it's a joke. And look, I like to laugh like the next one, but please, for the love of me, can somebody explain how any of these so-called jokes are funny? Oftentimes, and see, there are clips where you have some of these weirdos laughing at this, but there are clips where he says this crazy stuff and nobody laughs. Nobody in the studio, it's crickets. I thought jokes were supposed to be funny. At least one person in the building should have found it funny if it was a joke. More times than not, I see this ninja just talking, and nobody's laughing. I thought comedians were supposed to be funny. Look at any of these bloopers from, like, the 2000s movies, the 90s movies. Hell, Bernie Mac. You see any of these clips from the bloopers from the Bernie Mac show, and the whole cast, crew, everybody sitting there laughing their butt off. When he says a lot of this crazy stuff, it's either an awkward, oh, this is weird type of laugh, or it's crickets. I thought y'all said this man was a comedian. Where the jokes at? The actual funny ones. Because joking about wanting to smash your girlfriend or whoever the hell you're dealing with's daughter who's underage and in high school, saying you can't say your real thoughts. How exactly is that funny to anybody but a PDF or a PDF sympathizer? That's the only target audience for stuff like this. Because it can't be a sound of mind adult.
Yeah, she has a documentary.
That's the best put. I'm saying.
Like I said, anyone defending this, you're fucking weird. You are weird. Understand, you are disgusting. You are scum of the earth. You are bottom of the barrel, just like this ninja, if you are out here defending this. Darlene, why the hell are you sitting here next to this man? He just said kid blank is the best. Excuse me, what? And see, there's no wiggle room for this. He didn't say teenage, which is still disgusting. He said kid. How exactly are you going to defend this? There's no defense. Any defense you have is just going to mean your hard drive needs to be checked. The FBI needs to be contacted if you are defending whatever this is, because it's not a joke. Who jokes like that? Kid blank is the best, you shouldn't even be thinking about. And even just using that
Nigga,
word to
what?
describe their body part is disgusting. Ew. I don't understand how people who are not creeps or weirdos could be around somebody that's a creep and a weirdo who says things like this and then just be there for 16 years. Darlene, you'll hear this ninja say things like kid blank is the best, but then you draw the line at holding up a t-shirt. Girl, miss me with all that BS. Anybody out here feeling sorry for her after Corey cussed her out or whatever he did? Look, let that broad hold her own nuts. Let her hold her own nuts, because you sat by this ninja while he said all
Damn
this
right.
crazy stuff for all these years and you did nothing. You've heard him say the worst and you've done nothing. You said nothing. You've not even just left. I can't be around a nigga that's saying things like this. Cause first of all, I can't say that on YouTube, but if I'm thinking it, I'm pretty sure if you are of sane mind and a grown adult, you're probably thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. Can't anybody be like this, saying things like this in my vicinity and think that they gonna still be in my vicinity, let alone anywhere near my family or my children? It just keeps getting more and more disgusting and disturbing.
Can you get charged if you spoon a child?
What? Put his ass under the damn jail. Put his ass under the fucking jail.
Like, get behind him, make him take all his clothes off.
And what the hell is wrong with
Sure,
Darlene?
yes, Grandpa.
And what is wrong with Darlene? The fuck is wrong with people?
Sure.
Not no penetration, just
Doesn't have to be penetration. It's you can't
That's
be.
love.
You can. Okay.
What if it's deception?
Y'all niggas got problems.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where we're going with this, but
I'm just asking these charges. I'm trying to see what the charges gonna be.
the wedding ring.
Somebody call me Corey Kelly because I said spoon.
Oh, good one.
I would never
Or Corey Epstein.
spoon a child. I'm asking what happens if you do it. It's called research.
Research for what exactly? You gotta understand, this is over the span of, I don't even know how many years. It's not like this was one clip out of one live stream. These are multiple different events where he's talking like this about children. Why are you obsessed with sexualizing children? Not only that, I don't know if you guys caught that. As much as he wants to talk about how he's so against backdooria, he's talking about what if you spoon him and his. See, you gotta understand, people who are obsessed with things, they're gonna continue to talk about it over and over and over and over again. This man keeps talking about kids in a sexualized manner, and then not only that, he's obsessed with talking about backdooria, even to the point where he's coined his own term, backdooria. I'm at a loss for words.
Keep this piece of tape for future references. I'm telling you now, when they go after me, they get dirt like a I'm here to tell you, if they go through my computer, they gonna be like Corey, like what else can I put out there?
Snacks.
I mean, come on, and the child. I'm check my browser, guys. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That woman is like at a point in her life where she is. It's just nobody likes to say shit like that in America because you can get in trouble for that. Now, I don't want no woman that's 16, 17, 18 because of the laws and because of the mental state she's in.
You wouldn't want that because of the laws. So is that why you went to Iceland? You over here talking about how you went to Iceland, you had a great time, and that whole story was centered around how the laws of consent, the age of consent was so much lower. And you're telling everybody like it's this great thing. Yeah, you guys, I mean, here in America, they have it at 18, but if you go to other countries, you guys, it's 13, 14. Like, that's a good thing. It's just the obsession with trying to justify being with little girls is sick and twisted. What about this is a joke? Jokes are supposed to have punchlines. Y'all really just give comedians this blanket to just say whatever the hell and then write it off as a joke. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of creeps like Corey walking around who hide behind the idea that they're a comedian just so they can get away with saying exactly the creepy, disgusting, vile things that are on their mind, specifically things that involve children. How many times are y'all gonna write off him saying disgusting shit like this as, well, he's a comedian? Then tell me where the joke is. Because last time I checked, comedians told jokes. I would love for someone to enlighten me on how this is comedy.
Epstein Island, that'd be a great movie.
Yeah.
What was happening on Epstein Island? So you telling me?
Oh my God, they weren't children. They were. There you go.
What do you mean? I said no, and I said
You wouldn't watch it if it was a movie. It ain't real.
I ain't watching.
Asking you would you watch it? No.
And no, there you
Well,
go.
if you won't watch it. See,
That's ridiculous. He knows what he's doing.
I know he
He's
knows.
one of these
I know
guys.
he knows. Yeah, I know he knows what he's doing.
Again, I ask you, please tell me where the joke is. What exactly is funny about
What the
wanting
hell
to
is
watch a
funny
movie
about any of
children
this?
getting screwed by adults? Where's the joke? Why would you even think to want to even see something like that? Like, why would you even think of a question like that? This man's obsession with children is disturbing.
Weird.
He literally sounds
And
like
sick.
every creepy uncle that's ever existed. He even has the look. And the crazy part is, it continues to get worse and worse and worse.
it's my baby happy 16th birthday. Hell, she ain't yours, so this is easy. She turning sweet 16 Saturday. Hey, what's up? Make sure, hey, look, I don't know her name. Isabella. What is her name?
I don't even see how this keeps getting worse.
Dita 605? Dita 605? Listen, I want to wish your daughter a happy birthday. Her sweet 16 is a beautiful age, and you make sure you and your daughter have counseling so that if she's broke, cat daddies like me ain't in that by the time she's 21 through 30.
You see what I'm
What?
talking about? Crickets. Outside of, I guess that's an awkward laugh from Craig. I thought you said he was a comedian. Where the hell are the jokes? I thought he was supposed to be funny. Where's the joke? Where's the laughter after said joke? Joking about being with the little girl. Like, what are we talking about here? Someone saying, hey, wish my 16-year-old daughter a happy birthday, and your mind goes straight to talking about this little girl in a sexualized way. Why is it that every time a child is brought up, your mind goes to why is that? People who are not creepy and weird, our minds do not go to that when we think of a child. You hear 16-year-old and you think of getting your license. You think of getting your first job, finishing high school. Those are the type of things that come to mind when I hear that somebody is 16 years old. My mind does not go to them screwing at any age. My mind does not go to that. The fact that yours does is a red flag. But y'all are gonna write this off as it was a joke. Well, then why wasn't anybody in the studio laughing if it was a joke?
Because if you don't bring them up right, I'm going to be with them on their birthday.
What?
Now we gotta go help people customize and save
You
hundreds with Liberty
weird
Mutual.
son of a bitch.
Maybe where's the golf cart?
Right.
Though nothing about that was funny in any way, shape, form, and or fashion. There was nothing funny. Sick bastard.
I'm going to be with them on their birthday. I was at the mall with the little bro. We was at Victoria's Secret. And I'm sitting there at the counter. I'm like, what's up? She needs to get measured for a bra. She never been measured for a bra. And she want to have the right size on instead of the Walmart bras. And the little was like, oh, that is so sweet. Is this your daughter? I said, I'm standing up in this little bit.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't a laugh when I said that. It wasn't a laugh. The lady looked like, I was like, I got a couple of dollars. I get the smash. look cute young girls like this that come from poverty. I'm standing up in them. Do you need a bro?
Mind you, this is the same ninja that has so much to say about single mothers, has so much to say about black women and all the things that we're doing wrong. But this is how you choose to conduct yourself. These are the so-called messages you like to put out there, ways you like to describe your own life, whether it be true or fiction. I don't know. But this is the type of imagery, this is the type of conversation, these are the type of experiences you are sharing as a black man who likes to criticize black women for all the things we're doing wrong. Mother trucker, you are the very embodiment of everything wrong with the black community. How dare you raise your voice to say anything about anybody else when you choose to conduct yourself in the most degenerate way possible? Even if this broken clock is right twice a day, wrong messenger. You might want to shut the hell up. Sit this one out, player. Anything involving the black community and things we need to do to better ourselves, you need to sit this one out because you are the very thing that's wrong with the community, that's wrong with the culture. And the fact that there are people that are going to defend you despite seeing all of this, they are also a part of the problem. See, the black community, we have a problem with defending degeneracy. At some point in time, we need to stop protecting people like Corey. We need to stop protecting them. Let them reap what they sow.
My brother's daughter was with a group of us. We were at the hotel because my mom was in town. Dee, was you there?
Yep, I brought the cake.
I know how to do babies.
It was Cooper cute though.
Everybody was trying to get her attention, but she wouldn't do nothing but hug her daddy because she didn't know us like that.
It's true.
I didn't pay her no attention. I just kept looking away. But I talk, my voice carries, and she kept looking.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, what happened, D?
She went right to him. It was almost like,
I'm the one wasn't paying her no attention.
and everybody like this, what? Like,
You know what that told me?
What?
She gonna be getting put up in
oh,
with you.
God, right.
Mind you, this man is talking about his own niece. His own niece. Why is that your thoughts? Oh, she gonna get deep put up in her. Talking about a whole child, his niece. Anyone
Sick
defending this,
bastard.
you need your laptop taken away by the FBI. They need to raid your house. And whoever his brother is, if he's allowing his daughter to be anywhere near this ninja, after hearing this or seeing this or knowing that he talks like this, then you're stupid. You need to be asking your baby girl, make sure she's been okay. Make sure she hasn't been touched. Make sure she's safe. Because there's no way in hell I would ever allow some ninja, I don't give a good goddamn who you are. I don't care how close we were. I don't care about any of that shit. There is no way a nigga could be around me talking like this. I'm just gonna be okay with him being around my daughter, or be okay with him talking about my daughter, his niece, like this. Why is that your first thought? And I also find it weird that he said, I know how to do babies. What exactly do you mean by that, sir? And like I said, I can't say that he's a PDF file, but what I can say is that the behavior is very reminiscent of what PDFs do. So oftentimes, whenever you find a PDF file, they study children. They know exactly how to work the mind of a child to get them to do what it is that they want them to do. That is exactly what PDF files do. So what do you mean you know how to do a baby? Like, what do you mean by that? He needs to be investigated. Any child that's ever been around him needs to be interviewed to make sure that they have not been touched. And I'm gonna be honest, I hope it comes back negative. I hope this is just all talk and he's never done anything disgusting to a child. I truly hope at the end of the day, my disgust for this ninja, it does not supersede the safety and well-being of children. I would rather this story start and stop with an idiot running his mouth, saying a bunch of crazy stuff for clicks and views, but never actually having done anything or acted on anything. That would be a better outcome because at least the child was not violated. It doesn't make any of these so-called jokes less creepy or disgusting, but at least a child would not be actually harmed. But I still think some type of investigation is warranted just to make sure. This clip is very viral, so pretty much every YouTuber that I watch, at least regularly, has made a video about this. And honestly, I'm sick to my stomach with this. I will be glad when I'm done editing this video. I'm not gonna watch these clips again. I can't. It's just, as a mother, the little girl and the little boy, this is the worst nightmare. Somebody violating your child. He's literally talking, he's making jokes, so-called jokes, describing children being violated, which is a mother, a father, a real father's worst nightmare. Any of these folks on YouTube that I watch, if I see them defending this, understand I'm unsubscribing. I'm not gonna leave a note. This is the note. And I'm gonna make sure I find a video on the platform, and I'm gonna say do not recommend, because I am not gonna sit over here and support somebody that is supporting a man who makes disgusting jokes like this about children. I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. If you like the video, like the video. The more you interact with it, the more it gets pushed out to the algorithm. Also, hype the video if that function is there. If you're feeling a little extra generous, the link is in the description to buy your girl a coffee. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to go vomit. Deuces.
We're done.